Welcome back, guys. This is Gaming with Austin. Today, we're on for a new episode. We're on to episode 25 of the Utopian community series in Minecraft. Let's get things fired up. I'm gonna try finishing with the land tilling. If I don't finish it today, I'm gonna finish it next episode. Here we are. Once I start... Oops. Once this is all done... Oops. Much better. To avoid the bad things that happen within your life, always look on the bright side of life. As seen in Monty Python's The Life of Brian. You should always look on the bright side of life. This community is... it's kind of small at first. But eventually, it's going to go towards self-sustainability. Oops. Oops. I was whistling to the song Always Look on the Bright Side of Life. There was a scene in Monty Python. It was... Monty Python's Meaning of Life. There was a scene where they took sex ed really literally. It's funny, yet it's also pretty inappropriate. Stuff like that would never happen in our schools. Always look on the bright side. Always look on the bright side of life. That song can actually make people happy if they're sad. Because it encourages you to look on the bright side of life. Like the good things that happen. The reason there'd be no animal farming in this community because of what's gonna happen ultimately. Animals would be crammed to where they can barely move. There'd be sexual abuse of animals on, because you know there are sexual abuse of animals on factory farms right now. Prison camps in totalitarian societies like North Korea. Sexual abuse like that is common. I'd even compare that to the prison camps. factory farming to the prison camps of Nazi Germany, Stalinist Russia, and also North Korea. Because that's what factory farms basically are. Prison camps for animals. That's what they are basically. Which is why this would be an entirely vegan farm. I wish we were able to grow more different types of crops in Minecraft. There was a scene in the life of Brian where Matthias was to be stoned just because he uttered the name of the Lord. He uttered the word Jehovah. That's what almost got him executed, but instead of him getting executed, it was a high priest who got executed. It was the official that got him sentenced to death that got executed. That got killed. They started throwing stones at the official who ordered the execution. Matthias, son of Deuteronomy of Gath, you have been found guilty by the elders of the town of uttering the name of our Lord. So, as a blasphemer, you are to be stoned to death. That. One thing, the crime that Matthias committed that almost got him executed was blasphemy, which is uttering the name of the Lord. Which, how does the life of Brian criticize religion? For one, it makes fun of, it depicts what really went on when religion ruled the world. Innocent people got murdered just because they were exercising what we call free speech today. Good thing we have freedom of speech now. Which is why the ag-gag laws will never be enacted. Because our freedom of speech... Because ag-gag laws violate our freedom of speech. We all deserve freedom of speech. It's something we all deserve. There's something called free press too. There are some things the government does not want you... governments around the world do not want you to see. That can violate our free speech. Back to the game. As I start doing more columns, I can do rows more quickly. That means I can do it more efficiently. Always look on the bright side of life. This is the goal we're going to achieve. Self-sustainability. There was a scene in Monty Python, it's the Holy Grail, where they were banging coconuts together. It was at the very beginning of the film. Yes. If you think of galloping in Monty Python, but don't have a horse, think of coconuts. The humor was the coconuts were actually the result of them having a low budget. The Holy Grail is actually a pretty good film, along with the Iron Giant. Oops. Yet the Iron Giant's the one that is totally underrated. Just like the Essential Phone. They're both... The Essential Phone and the Iron Giant have one thing in common. They're both underrated. Excuse me. I was just coughing. The video for Always Look on the Bright Side of Life, the people were singing on crucifix while being nailed down to a cross. To a crucifix. Because death by crucifixion was really common back then. It was all too common back then. Good thing it doesn't happen now. Because those who get crucified, they don't die quickly. They die a slow, horrible death. The Passion of the Christ talks about the suffering and death of Jesus Christ. Especially if you're a very religious person. Strongly devoted to your religion. When it goes to voice actors, the Ice King and SpongeBob are both voiced by the same person. Ren and Stimpy and Philip J. Fry, they're both voiced by the same person too. Bender from Futurama and Jake the Dog from Adventure Time are both voiced by the same person. Chucky Finster from All Grown Up and Bart Simpson are voiced by the same person. It's not uncommon to see multiple characters be voiced by the same person. Tom Kenny voices both the Ice King and SpongeBob. With 3 of the members of Monty Python, back to Monty Python. 3 of the members of Monty Python were actually in Disney-related media. 2 of them were actually in Shrek 3rd. One of those members threatened, wanted to sue the creators, the ones who made the film for the unauthorized use of the coconut gag that was used in Monty Python's The Holy Grail. The coconuts are actually a result of the low budget, which is what makes it kind of funny. Combine that with a musical, there is religious satire too. The example of religious satire, Monty Python. The meaning of life. Even though I'm an agnostic. Oops. Always look on the bright side of life. That should be a great song for if you're sad or depressed. That can make you happy. Not all depressed people are sad. Not all sad people are depressed. Kurt Cobain had severe depression as a result of extreme stress and drugs. This is why it's best to ditch drugs altogether, except for marijuana. Oops. Much better. With Monty Python, there is a lot of some Monty Python references in some TV shows too. Shrek is a well-known, has some Monty Python references too, especially at Prince Charming's dinner theater, where coconuts are used for horse hoof beads. Which sparked a bit of controversy. That's the most controversial part about Shrek. Because Shrek starred two of the members of Monty Python. John Cleese and Eric Idle. Idle wanted to sue the makers of Shrek III for the unauthorized use of the gag. They claimed it was done to pay homage to Monty Python. Imagine using coconuts when playing a heavy metal song with a galloping rhythm. Some heavy metal songs with a galloping rhythm include Mermaider by Death Clock, Meat Hook Sodomy by Cannibal Corpse. By the way, frontman of Cannibal Corpse is a frequenter at Disney World, Universal Studio. Many people don't know this, but Corpse Grinder has actually gone to Universal and Disney World, along with Busch Gardens. There is a song called Every Bone Broken as well. Death metal tends to have some really gross sounding songs. The names of the songs tend to be pretty gross. Like Hammer Smash Face, A Skull Full of Maggots. Stuff like that. I wonder what it would be like if I went to a death metal concert. things would be kind of weird. Corpse Grinder bangs his head in a windmill fashion. Actually. Plus, he is the frontman of Cannibal Corpse. Sometimes when you see videos of Cannibal Corpse live, you see Corpse Grinder wear a Death Clock shirt. Plus, you know, Nathan Explosion is actually influenced by Corpse Grinder himself. Many people don't know this, but this is actually true. Corpse Grinder is actually a major influence for Nathan Explosion. One of the songs by Death Clock is Awaken the Moose, also known as Moose to Crackish. Like, Moose Crackers, Moose Crackers. Imagine being given tasty hammer smashed face for lunch. With every bone-broken chicken. Seeing rotted body landslide in the hallways of your school. I was just making a joke. About a death metal joke. Based on Metalocalypse, which are all, what I was referring to are the names of 3 songs by Cannibal Corpse. Nathan Explosion talked about that too. Prospect, crap sticks, red and bloody landslide. Don't forget a special feel on every blood broken secret. And enjoy a toast of hammer smash first. Like that. With heavy metal gaining popularity again. Imagine... It's possible I might end up going to a Judas Priest concert eventually. Because I like Judas Priest. They're actually the foundations of heavy metal. And all the genres of, and the subgenres of heavy metal, especially power metal. Mainly because of Rob Halford's high-pitched screaming. Being the Norman power metal. Like, you know, Gamma Ray, Primal Fear, Halloween. And Dragon Force. And also Iron Savior. Which was once led by the frontman of Gamma Ray and Halloween. But now run by frontman Pete Zedek. Because I'm not just into heavy metal, I'm also into punk rock too. Like, with some of the punk rock is based on new wave British heavy metal. Like Iron Maiden. Especially this some metal song It's not just death metal songs that have the galloping rhythm. Some power metal songs have that too. Like Full Moon by Sonata Arctica. Which has an Iron Maiden style gallop. It's also used in some punk songs too. Like Grab the Devil by the Horns by Sum 41. It's also used in hard rock like especially Barracuda by Heart. The song is also featured in Shrek the Third, along with Immigrant Song by Led Zeppelin. The galloping is also used in the song Missing in Action by A7X. One of the System of a Down songs. One famous example of galloping used in power metal is Halloween by Helloween. Yes, that's actually the name of the band that sings that song. Like in the streets on Halloween, there's something going on. That's some of the lyrics to it. The galloping is also used in thrash metal too, especially, like Raining Blood by Slayer. And also Battery by Metallica. And Holy Wars by Megadeth. Don't forget Hardwired to Self-Destruct by Metallica. It's not just limited to Battery. It's also featured in Hardwired to Self-Destruct. It has the reverse gallop. And Raining Blood's reverse gallop sounds a bit like that of Hammer Smashed Face. Except the vocals are not as harsh as Cannibal Corpse. When it goes to the music. Like, it ain't just, the galloping is not just used. Sum 41 sometimes uses the gallop. Especially in some of their songs. It's used in, the galloping is used in all sorts of metal. Not just traditional heavy metal. It's also used in folk metal too. Like Corpus Clanis Keep on Galloping. And also, the galloping is also used in Urban Struggle by the Vandals. This concludes our video. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you liked, dislike if you disliked the video, subs if you loved it. Share this with your friends. Bell icon for notification. Share this with your friends to help my channel grow. If you'd like my channel to grow, thank you for watching, and as always, peace.